Good afternoon, TTM family. Welcome back to another video. Today is a bright and sunny day, as you guys can see. The last couple of days have been very gloomy, which, like I've said before, it's really bad for my mood and for my motivation and everything. I like bright and sunny days. I feel very pumped to go out and conquer the world. And today we are coming to you straight from Kibra, and I'm here with
Adventures. Hey, what's up?
Adventures. Now yes. You are seeing the other side of Nairobi, eh?
That's right. Are you able to say my channel name correctly now?
Adventures, yes. Okay. No Adventures. I was saying the Spanish way. The Spanish Swahili Adventures. I always wondered actually if it was Adventures or Adventures. I was too embarrassed to ask. As if anything can embarrass me. You guys know me by now. Nothing embarrasses me. But anyway, all that to say, if you're an oldie but a goldie, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I hope what you see will convince you to hit that subscribe button. I have been to Kibra before. I think I did a video here not even a month ago, like three weeks ago. So today I am bringing Adventures back here so he can see the other side of Nairobi. And our guide basically told us that this is the biggest slum in Africa, which I told you is very highly debatable. Very highly debatable, and you will understand why when you're walking around the place. You'll understand why. It's just, for me, it's just a label they use to to make money out of this place, because this place is a cash cow for so many NGOs. There's I think the most concentration of NGOs anywhere in the world per capita. Yeah, in this place there's a lot. So if they didn't give it all those labels, then they wouldn't make as much money as they do out of it. So they need to give it those labels so they can get all this help, all this financing that they need. Makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, I'll show you more of Kibra as we go. If you've already watched my Kibra video, please don't log off. There's a lot more coming. It's gonna be a different video, different people to hang out with, different things to do, so different content altogether. So hang in there. I'm showing you many things. And if you're new and you haven't seen Kibra before, welcome to Kibra. Okay, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay guys, so I am back to Kibra with this face here. Do you remember this face?
Me.
Remind my people your name.
I'm
Geoffrey. They know you, they've seen you before. If you're a Coco Girl fan, then you've seen him before. If you're a Traveling Miss fan, then you've seen him before. If you are a Kibra fan, probably you've seen it before. And yeah, guys, this is Kibra. I already showed you this place before. He lives here, so he's like the best person to show you around. And he's a teacher by profession, so he's very knowledgeable about, well, Kibra and everything Kibra. And he's a history teacher, so he's also very knowledgeable about history. So he's parking his bike, and then our car is over there. I think he's just going to talk to them to find out where to park and all of that. So I'm waiting for him here. Or should I go? Let me go find out what's happening. So basically today we are planning to just chill with the family. The water is coming from there. Maybe it's like a bathroom or something. But basically we're just planning to spend time with our local family and all of that. But let me find out what's happening and then talk to you guys a bit. Bye.
Go to the house first. Jen!
So Adventures, how do you feel in being this other side of the city?
No, this is, I'm used to this, I went to Brazil in the favelas.
Ah, okay.
So it's a very similar thing.
Oh, okay.
All around the world.
Looks like this?
Very similar.
Ah, okay. Just a different race of people.
She's my sister, meet her.
Oh. Nice to meet you.
This is Geoffrey's sister.
Are you okay being on camera? No problem. What's your name? Jennifer. Okay, we gotta go away from the music. So,
this music right here. Okay. So guys, basically we meet.
I'm sorry, I was saying.
Yeah.
The difference between the favela and here is that the favela, they're usually in mountains.
So the favelas in Brazil.
The view is also amazing. Like in Rio, they have access to the beautiful beach, Copacabana. Actually, the best views in Brazil are from the favelas.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that's the main difference.
But in Kenya, that would be like prime real estate. It would be like so expensive to live there.
Yeah, so from the favela, you can see some of the nicest hotels.
Okay.
So it is prime real estate, but hey, everybody in Brazil, regardless of how much money they make, have amazing views, at least in Rio de Janeiro.
Ah, because of the way the topography,
exactly, yeah.
The topography of the place.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. But you've heard about Kibra being like the biggest slum in Africa.
I honestly thought it was Soweto. I'm learning now that Soweto is no longer the biggest slum. You know,
the Soweto in South Africa.
Yeah.
So what's your first impression? Because you've been to uptown Nairobi, right? You've seen the really nice side of the city.
Yes.
So what is your first impression of this side of the city?
It's raw, it's real, but every city, don't get it twisted, even in Europe, has places that look like
that. That is true.
It's just people don't focus on that.
Yeah.
So being here is good to see it, but also contrast it with the side that people don't see.
Yes.
You know, it's always good to show both sides and not just focus on one.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, welcome once more to Kibra. I have been here before, but we didn't get to visit any homes last time. So it's really nice to see the other side. So we're waiting for Ratemo, our guide, and then we'll talk to you guys in a minute, okay? See you in a bit. Bye.
Easy to make friends here.
We headed to the club, guys. We headed to the club, and we're gonna get a couple of beers and then talk to the locals. So this is the club right here. Wow.
Okay.
This is crazy. Let me talk to you guys in a minute. Bye. Okay, guys. So we are in the bar. We are showing you. Let me clean the lenses. We're in the bar. Look at this. It's all men. I'm the only woman inside here. Amongst all men. I'm the woman. Ivan. It's true. I'm the female version of you because I'm the only woman in this setting. You know, and I'm feeling very comfortable sitting here with all these men. You know, nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. So everybody has gone their drink except Ivan, myself, Geoffrey, and Evans. Evans is a water drinker. We should rename him to a fish. Because he's always drinking water. And bro, unakunywa nini?
Blue ice.
Blue ice.
That's a vodka.
Vodka. He's having a vodka product of Kenya. Oh, made in Kenya. Iko wapi cheza? Iko wapi cheza? Unakunywa peke yake vodka hivyo? Bila maji, bila soda. Is it? West vodka. The guy is having a vodka, no water, nothing. No water, no soda, nothing. So you drink the vodka first and then you drink the water later. Yo! Okay guys, I'm highly charged. I'm highly charged because we are in a very interesting conversation in iVenture's channel. So let me start because this light is against you. So go watch his channel to see what we've been talking about. What's your channel's name?
iVentures.
iVentures. The link will be down in the description box to see what we've been talking about. But guys, we are having my favorite conversation. This is my favorite topic. Because I am so against so many things that they said. I am very against so many things that they said. So now I'm charged, like I feel like I drank a lot of Red Bull. So let's get this going. I'm gonna start with you. Why Mr. Abomination? Go watch Ivan's channel to know where the abomination comes from. He's Mr. Abomination. This will be your name from today, henceforth. Mr. Abomination.
I'm Ratmo.
No, you are Mr. Abomination.
No, I'm that teacher.
Let's get going, Ratmo. Yes. So we just generally the conversation was about kids.
Repeat the whole thing.
Kids, the poverty, cycle of poverty. Okay, the cycle of poverty. How do we break from it? Why do low-income earners get a lot of kids? Why do the most richest people have like 1 or 2 kids? And we're having a very interesting conversation. But she's getting drinks, so let me give them a minute to get the drinks, and then I'll talk to you. Okay? Give me a minute. Okay, guys. So we've been talking about.
Ivan.
Oh, he's asking Ivan. So we were basically talking about the number of kids in relation to poverty. So Ratmo has gone out. I really wanted to challenge him. Sorry, what do you want to say?
According to what the man was saying there, we had a traditional thinking and modern thinking now.
So do you agree with his thinking?
Whatever he was saying, that's a traditional way.
That is a traditional way of thinking.
Traditional way.
Can you, because that was on his video, what he said, can you tell my people, because this is a different video, what did he say? What are you calling traditional? What did he say?
Whatever the man was saying.
What did he say? Just tell them.
About having in Africa, you are supposed to have many kids, and we believe that having many kids is a form of wealth.
A sign of wealth, yes.
Which is very wrong.
Yes.
Because today, you can't say that I want to have 10 kids, yet I cannot even feed myself.
Yes! Yes, so I want to know, out of you, he has said that you cannot have 10 kids when you cannot feed yourself. Who amongst you who agrees and who disagrees? Nani anakubaliana na yeye? Nani anakubaliana? So everybody agrees that you cannot have kids that you cannot raise, right?
Yes.
So kama if at all you cannot jishughulikia wewe mwenyewe, you cannot raise yourself. Basically, if you can't afford yourself, then how is it fair to have a child? Wewe mwenyewe hujapata chakula yako ya kukula. Alafu unapata mtoto atakuja akule nini? So you're having a child where you yourself you cannot afford food for you. So when you have a child, what do you expect them to eat? Yes.
You know, if I have a child, it gives me emotion to search food for that child.
So you need a child to motivate you.
So that I can keep myself busy because I know I have somebody in that house who want to eat.
So you feeding yourself as you is not a motivation enough. Yes. See, feeding yourself is more, you need to have a child so you can be motivated to work hard.
Yes.
But you're not motivated to work hard for you.
For me also I can work hard without a child, but I have to have that child so that I can work harder. To see that there is somebody in that house who I'm still searching for.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so for you, having a child is important for motivation. Yes. Okay, how about you? You wanted to say something?
No. About me.
Mimi. Did you want to say something?
No.
Who else wanted to say something?
I think if we take it in this perspective, having a child, it is a way that there's some kind of job that I cannot do. Like for me, I'm a graduate.
Okay.
I don't have a job.
What did you study?
I studied education. I'm a teacher by profession.
You're a teacher by profession, okay?
Yeah. And you find that maybe if I'm alone, if I could have been a single man, there are kind of work that I cannot do.
For example?
Let's say the manual job, because I will say, hey, how can I, a degree holder, how can I go and use the manual work? Okay. It is very difficult. Okay. But when you have children, even if you have a kid, it will force you to go out. Yeah, because let's assume that today, this child goes hungry. Okay. I go back in the house in the evening, that cry all over. The child will start crying. Yeah, tomorrow morning, there's no breakfast. Okay. I'll have to go out. Okay. So if for you, it's a manual job, I'll do it. So for you, it's also important to have kids for motivation. Yeah, that's so same as him, you need motivation to work harder for kids. You wanted to say something?
I wanted to say something. So, having 7...
This guy has 7 kids, by the way. Go watch Ivan's channel and then you'll see the whole story there. But he has 7 kids, huh?
Just find myself there.
First of all, do you have 7 kids with one woman?
No, I have 2 outside.
2 outside your marriage?
Yeah, before when I was...
before you're married? Before you're married?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, so he has brought drinks. So he's just like distributing his drinks. But you're saying, so you have a wife?
I have a...
You have a wife and you have...
I had 2 kids. We call it Aguen.
What is Aguen?
Aguen, yani village.
Before marriage?
Yeah, village.
Before marriage, you had 2 kids?
I got married.
So how many kids do you and your wife have?
My wife, 3.
So your wife has 3 kids? 3 kids. And then you have 4 kids outside?
Then I have 2 kids with another wife. Okay. Then 2 kids outside.
Okay. So what's your job?
My job.
What do you do?
My job, I'm under construction, which I cannot wait. I have opportunity. I had the opportunity with a company, but I couldn't make it. End month, I can't wait it. Okay. So I do what comes around. Okay. Whatever jobs you get is what you do. Okay. To cater for all of them. Okay. 50. Okay. So, okay. Let me first wait for him because he's distracting me. Let me first finish. What is he doing?
Counting how many beers we have.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so he's doing the accounting. Yes. Okay. So I'm having a cider as usual. He's having a vodka. Everybody's having he's having a Guinness. But I'm really curious to hear what they have to say because our way of thinking is a little bit different, and that I can credit it to exposure, the kind of exposure you've had in life. I'm not saying mine is better or theirs is worse. It's just different. Okay. So let's get this conversation going. Okay, Sasa, ako wapi Mr. Abomination? Where is Mr. Abomination? Mr. Abomination has gone. Mr. Abomination have gone out. So I have a question for the old man over there. Sorry, uko mbali hakuna mtu mwenye amekuongelesha. Nilikuwa nataka kukuuliza. I wanted to ask you. You said you have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Uko na watoto 7, si ndio? So, hao watoto wako 7, wote ni watu wazima? Are they all adults?
Wazima wao.
Ni wangapi wameweza kujitoa Kibra? How many, I'm basically asking how many of the 7 kids have been able to take themselves out of the slum, like out of Kibra? Ni wangapi wameweza kujitoa? 4 of them are not here. So hao wanne ni kusoma, walisoma ama ni nini ilifanya waweze kujitoa?
Yeah, walisoma wengine na wengine sio kusoma sana.
Okay.
Lakini wakapata nafasi zao za kuishi kando kando.
Okay, sawa. So he's saying 4 of his kids are outside of Kibra, they live outside of Kibra. Niulize hao wanne wenye wamejitoa ni kazi gani wanafanya?
Casual laborers.
Okay, so he has 7 kids, right? 4 of them were able to remove themselves out of the slum, but they're still casual laborers. They're still doing casual labor even outside of Kibra. So I want to say, good Paul. So I want to say, I believe, this is what I believe, and can be very controversial in such a setting. Education is one of the gateways out of the slum, right? But if Leohi, today, if you have 4 kids, for example, you can't be able to take them to a private school. We all know, we as Kenyans can agree that public schools are shit. And I'm not afraid to say this because it's true. Before free education, public education was good. But after free education, it's shit, right? Yes. So if you have 4 kids, can you be able to afford to take them to a private school? No. If you have 4 kids, if you have 4 kids, would you be able to take them to a private school? If you're a casual laborer, okay, let's rewind. Okay.
Point of correction.
Okay.
It's not everybody in Kibera. It's that poor as such.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree 100%.
You can do that's a casual labor, but you can manage to take your kids to private. Even me, my kids, right now I'm talking to you, I have 3 kids.
Okay.
Yeah? But all of them are in private school.
What do you do?
I normally work just casualty.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I just work casualty.
I agree. So when you work casual, how much money do you make in a day when you do casual?
When I work casualty, it depends with the kind of the job.
Okay.
Yeah? Maybe like sometimes I do the tour guide job.
Okay.
I can be paid like 15.
Okay.
15,000 maybe 3,000.
15,000 a day.
Depend with the guests.
Okay.
Depend with the guests
Okay.
you have around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's say we have 12 months in a year.
Yeah.
So how often in these 12 months in a year, how often do you get to make that 15,000 a day? Out of a year, out of 12 months. How many months in a year?
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
So the rest you'll make like how much?
The rest I can make like 5,000.
5,000 a day.
Yeah, a day.
And then you'll make the 5,000 every single day for a whole month?
It depends also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so this is actually good money. What it does by tour guiding is very good. But I'm not thinking in terms of like tour guiding, because this is a profession by itself. Tour guiding is a profession. I wouldn't even call it like casual.
By tour guiding, it's a local tour guiding.
Yes, but
like
once
you're
here, yes.
Once you're here.
Yeah. So Mr. Abomination there is our tour guide. So this is a profession. Actually, I would not call tour guiding like a casual labor because it's a profession.
Okay, like for me, it's not tour guiding also, but partially, I do like Jengo.
Okay, Jengo is basically a masonry. You're helping to build, yeah?
Like mtu wa mkono, like you can get like 600.
So if you're doing masonry, how much money can you make in a day?
In a day, 600.
600 shillings.
That's for the house.
Okay, so in a house.
Mtu wa mkono.
Okay.
Yeah, not as a fundi or engineer.
As someone who's helping. Mtu wa mkono basically means a helper. But if you're a fundi is a mason. Handman, yes, handman. But fundi is a mason. So if you're a mason, kama wewe ni fundi una make ngapi? 1,500 in a day. Okay, so if you make 1,500 in a day and you're working 6 days in a week, because you can only work 6 days a week, you have to rest one. So that is 1,500 times 30 times 21 days, 20 days. How much is that roughly? It's like 15 times 2, 30,000.
100 times 24. Not even 24. Times 26. Times 26.
Times 26. Who has a phone? Who has a phone with a calculator? Who can do the quick math? No, I'm calculating. You're a fundi, and you're making 1,500 a day. How much money do you make in a month?
Where are you working?
As a fundi, you've said you make 1,500 in a day. Kama wewe ni fundi, tunatengeneza 1,500 a day kwa mjengo. So kwa mwezi si ni 26 days.
Sasa hiyo gari uko na hiyo experience hiyo. Umeandikwa nayo.
So if you 36K, you make 36,000. I want you to do the quick math. Uko na calculator. 1,500 times 26 to find 26. 1,500 times 26, how much is it? 39,000. So let's okay, let's see. So ni 39K, imekuja 39K, 39,000. So 39,000, alafu to assume, let's assume, how much you pay rent?
You have to pay rent.
Wait. How much? So you're making 39,000. Yeah. Let's assume everybody here is a fundi and is making 39,000, right? It's just an assumption. I know people make more or less depending on the month. So you're just assuming it's 39,000. So how much do you pay for rent? 35,000. 3,500, which means you'll be left with around 35,000. 35,000, and you have to eat. With a family of 5 people, how much do you spend money on food per day? You have 3 kids and a wife and you. So that is 5 people, right? So how much would you spend on food in a day? 500. 500. 1,200 in a day. 1,200 in a day.
Of course. Yes.
You spend 1,200 for food in a day.
Yes.
But you're making 1,500. No. I'm saying you have a family of 5. So your wife, you, and 3 kids. So that is 5. So how much money would you spend on a day on food?
More than even that.
No, but you're making 1,500, right? On food. Huh? 250. You spend 250 shillings. This is more reasonable.
Spend more than 2,500.
Just a minute. Let me break this down.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, here we spend money for everything. We spend money for everything. Starting from toilets, water, shower, food.
Okay, hold there. So this whole explanation is on Ibe's channel. Go watch the video there so you'll understand the spending money on toilet, shower, everything. Okay, let's continue.
So 1,200 is less.
Okay, so wow, this is even getting more interesting because you are making 1,500 in a day, but you're spending 1,200.
More than
1,200. So it means in a day. They're talking about the beer. There's some guy who's outside, so they're talking about him. But in a day, guys, we're talking about expenditure and someone's beer. They're trying to figure out whose beer is it. Whose beer it is. But where's my beer? First, let me have a sip.
You are the perfect person.
Oh, wow.
Designated driver, does not drink.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Designated driver.
God bless you.
Okay. Nini naendelea? What's going on? Kila mtu ampata drink yake? Okay. I'm just making sure everybody gets their drink. But anyway, so I'm saying we are continuing with this conversation. I'm saying if you're making 1,500 in a day, right? And you spend 1,200 on daily expenses, so it means you only have 300 left in a day. So tatu. You have 300 left in a day, right? So 300 Kenyan shillings in a day. If you save, hata tuseme you're saving it. In a month, that will be 9,000, right? In 3 months, because you have to pay school fees every 3 months, will be 9,000 times 3, that is 27,000. For a private school, how much is school fees for a private school?
It depends
It depends on the school. No, I want to know here, because I'm asking here. No, let's assume you have kids in primary school. So if you have primary school, how much is the school fees in a primary school? 10,000 for one kid. 10,000 per term for one kid. One term is 3 months.
I know some schools, you know, and pay 5,000, 6,000.
For private school?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do, you're saying, okay, let's do an average. Okay, wacha ngoja. Wewe unasema ni ngapi? How much is it? Sema tu, unaona kama ni pesa ngapi?
Kwa msichana nasomesha
10K. Okay, wewe unasema ni ngapi?
For the way I take my kids, 7,000.
7,000. What was the money? Private. So he's 10, 7, you 10, you 15. 15. Who else? So let's do an average. For you?
I don't even get.
Okay. So to pay the debt first. Okay. So the average, let's do the average. They're discussing about the school fees. Tuachanani na maneno ya school fees. Let's work with 10,000. Right? So you have saved 27,000 in a month, in 3 months. In 3 months you have saved 27,000, but you have 3 kids, and you need 10,000. You need 10,000 school fees for each of those kids. So you need 30,000 for each of those kids, right? Yes. For all of them you need 30,000. But remember that this is just school fees. There's other things that come along with the school for school. It's not just school fees. There's other things. So you already have less than you need.
No, I don't have less.
Because you have 27 and you need 30.
You should know one thing.
Okay.
In this conversation.
Okay.
If I normally make 30,000, that does not mean that is the constant 30,000.
Okay.
Sometimes I make even 50.
Okay.
That is where I sort out my mess.
Okay.
Second, we don't pay in a bunch.
Okay.
We are given certain levels. This month you will pay this, second month, third month.
Okay.
The balance you can finish it when you want.
Okay.
You have to understand
Mr. Abomination is back.
You have to understand this.
Okay.
And that's where you go wrong.
Okay.
When I was earning 2,000 shillings a month, I lived like somebody who is earning 2,000 shillings.
Okay.
When I started earning 30,000, I would live like somebody earning 30,000.
Okay.
So there are other things that will take my money apart from the school fees.
Okay.
So
no, we were just talking about
no matter the number of kids I'll be having, I'll never save. If kama pesa ni ya shule, it's a school fee. It will be used for school fee.
Okay.
So you cannot tell me if I have less children, I'll spend less, so I will save. Nothing like that.
No. No, this is my argument. This is my argument. We have been talking.
I'm living like that.
No, listen.
I'm living like having 2 kids. When I be having 5 kids, I live like somebody who has 5 kids.
Okay, good. Yes. Good, Mr. Abomination, good.
Good man.
Someone said, he said, well, listen.
When he had
listen.
When my friend had 2 kids, the spend that he was doing is for 2 kids. When I has 7, he's spending like somebody who has 7 kids.
Now, but listen, listen. I agree. What he said. Listen, Mr. Abomination. He said that you have a very traditional way of thinking, and I agree. He said that you have a very traditional way of thinking, and I agree. So let's see. Nyinyi wote mlikubaliana school fees inadepend na shule gani. So everybody agreed that the school fees depends on the school. Which means ukilipa school fees ndogo, quality ni mbaya.
No.
Okay. No. Let me translate. Nimeongea na Kiswahili. Let me translate. So I said if you pay less school fees, then it means the quality of education is bad. Then everybody is saying no. So ni nini na determine school fees kwa aje? Kama si quality ya masomo. Ni nini na determine issue inakuwa?
Location.
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
Okay.
This guy is a graduate.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's a profession as a teacher.
Yes.
That is it's a profession.
Yes.
When he's around here in slums, he normally goes into schools in slums.
Okay.
The guy is clever. Okay. He will remove his cleverness to these kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Kids will come out better than those who are living in high-end places.
Okay, great. Okay. I have something to say about that point.
I want to tell you one thing.
Let me talk.
Give me a minute.
So, the issue of having for example, the private schools, it depends with the area and the environment.
Okay.
For example, there are some schools in slums here.
Okay.
Private schools.
Okay.
There are very many more than the public schools.
There are very many.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the quality of education is low.
Okay.
You have to agree.
The quality of the education in the private schools.
Yeah. There's a national school, the international school. Let's take an international school with this private school here. So you cannot say. That's why all of us, you hear some people are saying, I also afford to pay school fee on private school.
Okay.
But there are private schools which are meant for less privileged people.
Yes.
More so for the NGOs.
Yes.
For the NGOs. So that's why we are saying I can afford
to pay private school.
In private school.
But the quality of education.
The quality of education,
It's not
it
compromise.
is very low. Again, what matters?
Universe.
What matters is the facilities.
Okay.
So we talk about the.
Okay, keep
Let me
coming.
just
I'm
talk.
coming to you. Okay, let's continue.
We are talking about the issue of private schools.
Yes.
Private schools depend with the quality.
Okay.
For sure.
So we agree. We agree. Wait. Location.
Location.
So you want to tell
Let
me?
me ask you.
So no. Let me ask you one question before we continue.
Yes.
So you want to tell me a student who is going to Brook House
Yes.
is the same? Unaona hata reaction yake. Did you see his reaction? Brook House is one of the international schools here. So a student who's going to Brook House is the same with a kid who's going here in Kibra, but the location.
Yes.
I have a question to Mr. Abomination.
Mr. Abomination, yes. Ask the question to Mr. Abomination.
I have a question to you.
Yeah.
Yes. I will answer it soon.
Yeah, I want you to answer me.
Yes.
Here in Kibera,
Yes.
you can imagine how many schools, private schools, surrounding Kibera.
Yes.
We have like
They actually
Yeah,
there
very-
are 422.
yeah. very big name of private schools. We have like Rose. We have just a minute. I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Rose of Sharon. We have Sitam.
Yes. Those are my surrounding us.
That's surrounding us.
Yes.
But we cannot afford that pay bill.
Yes.
Okay, to take our children there. So that's why
Ask the question.
we suffer only here.
Yes.
You, personally, when you live here in Kibera, can you manage to take your kids around one of those schools?
Those international, the ones in Langata, right?
That's why I'm
Langata is a middle class neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying. It matters with where you are, the location. One, if you buy chapati, how much is chapati?
No, let's talk about education.
10 bob. 10 bob.
Let's talk about
If you
education.
buy the same chapati, same quality, others even spoiled in Kilimani, you buy that 50.
Yes.
No,
Why? It's the location.
No. Let me tell you, Mr. No.
Can you show me one person?
No. Let's agree that Mr. Abomination is no. 230. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But wait. Let me tell you what has changed. I'm going to tell you. No, let me tell you what has changed. Let me tell you what has changed. That is a very good point you brought up.
Yes.
First of all, I am a teacher by profession.
Yes.
I am a teacher by profession, right? So the amount of money that I would make in an international school, Brook House, and the amount of money that I'll make in a private school in Kibera, me, when I wake up to go to Brook House, and you, when you wake up to go to teach in Kibera, we are two different people. Very different people. Even the way we'll teach is very different.
No.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Do not argue because you want to argue. Let me tell you. Let's assume kila mtu hapa unalipwa 300k. Si mwalimu wa Brookside analipwa 300k. If you're being paid 300k to go teach, na mwalimu hapa analipwa 3,000. The difference between 300,000 in a month and 3,000 in a month, do you want to tell me you will be motivated to work in the same way? Mtu wa 300k na mtu wa 3k, will you be motivated to work in the same way? Yes, we agree. Mimi, when I wake up in the morning to go teach in Brook House, I will go.
Does that same person who works in Brook House stay in Kibera?
But that's my point. But that is my point.
Kibera,
But that's the
I
point.
live like a Liberian.
But that is the point.
You're not getting me. I will deliver my best because that's my best. That's my home.
And that's exactly.
When I go to Brook House, I live in another big estate.
That is our point.
So I live like that big estate.
And I agree, and that is what you are talking about. Mr. Abomination is right. He just said Mr. Abomination is right. Mr. Abomination is right. Okay, so hey, tuendelee. So we agree that the quality of education in a private school in Kibera and the quality of education in Brook House is very different. Do we agree? We agree because my motivation, if I'm a Brook House teacher and I'm being paid 300k, and you, if you're a Kibera teacher, are going to pay 3k, very different motivation, right? Number one. Then the facilities zenyewe.
Now you are
the facilities of the school.
When you talk about facilities.
Yes, so the quality is different, right?
When you talk about facilities, I can concur with you. But when you talk about delivery,
what are you against?
If you tell me the facility, I can show you guys who normally came from Korogocho, Madare,
yes,
Kibera. They are professors now, as we speak.
Yes.
We are not arguing.
You know what
They used to school in those small schools.
Oh, no.
I can show you some ladies right now. They are Kenyatta University, Nairobi University.
No. I can't. No.
In Kibra.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
In Kibra, because of our status, we have a lot of innovation.
Okay.
And we learn how to live in our society, to feed the society with our own innovations. When you go to Brookhouse, when you want to play a piano, we buy a modern piano.
Okay.
We buy a modern guitar. Okay. When you come here, we make our own guitar.
Okay.
We innovate.
Okay.
So there's a lot of innovation in the slum that we have in those places.
Okay, I agree. I agree. I agree. But let's now let me counter your points. Let me counter your points. So now let's say okay, let's say someone has gone to what's going on? Okay, so I want to counter his points. He has said a very good point that in Kibra, if you need a piano, you will innovate a piano, right? You'll make your own piano. But if you go to Brookhouse, your parents will buy you the most expensive piano.
Yes.
So now let me ask you. If you go to Brookhouse, you have agreed that facilities are better, right? So if you go to Brookhouse, students there, they have piano classes, they have music classes, they have what? Wait a minute. You've not let me finish my point. they except from studying math and English and science, they also have all these other classes. Because in Brookside, they will look at you and say you're not strong in math, but you're strong in piano. So they will concentrate on piano. They will not concentrate on math. If you go to Brookside and they see you're not good on science, but you're good in swimming, they will not concentrate on science. They will concentrate on swimming.
That's why.
So wait, I have not finished my point. Tulia, bro. Tulia, calm down. So now, let me ask you. Let's go back to Angalia. The biggest musicians in Kenya. Currently, the biggest musician is Sauti Sol, right? Sauti Sol is the biggest band in Kenya, right? This is the biggest boy band. And then these kids, they are Brookhouse kids. They are that level kids, those private school kids, right?
You're forgetting our Kode. Kibera.
Kode was doing prostitution.
You're forgetting Otile Brown. You're Tobiso. You're forgetting the king of reggae. King of reggae.
Okay.
Mzibayo comes from here.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. I do not refuse. But let's see. Okay.
We have to differentiate these two things. We have what is called a talent. We have what is called a talent, and we have what is called a gift.
A gift and a talent.
Yeah, a gift and a talent.
A gift and a talent are not the same thing.
They are two different things. Yeah. So we cannot say yes. We have very professional people, high-class people, which came out from this slum.
Yes, Octopizo.
Yeah, that is very true. But what we have to agree that the quality of education
matters
in this slum, in Kibera here, in a school in Kibera and Brookhouse, they are totally different.
They are not the same.
We cannot assume that here we can innovate. Huh? That is very wrong. Because as for now, this kind of education that has been brought up, the CBC.
Okay, now, to finish this conversation, because nobody will ever win in this conversation, there will never be a winner, because he has a point to prove, and he will prove it regardless of whatnot. Yeah, but let's agree. You have given a very good example. Octopizo is from here, Kibera. I'm taking one example. Let's say Octopizo is from here, Kibera. Octopizo is a very famous Kenyan musician, and Sauti Sol. Okay, let's do someone who has gone up through talent. Akode has not gone up through talent. We all know she used things. We all know Akode did not use talent. Let's talk about talent. It's Octopizo, right? So Octopizo and Sauti Sol, they're all talented, right? So Sauti Sol is also a very famous music band here. Can you see the level that Sauti Sol has? Their music has taken them. and the level that Octopizzo has been taken. Tunaweza agree it's not the same. Because Octopizzo is very famous in Kenya, but Sauti Sol is worldwide. Wanajulikana dunia mzima. What do you think that has led Octopizzo here to Kenya and Sauti Sol worldwide? What do you think is the difference? Kwa sababu they're both talents.
It's not education. Number one, I started by saying this. When I'm earning 2,000 shillings, even if I need a pint, I will go to a local bar that I can afford. When I start earning 2,000 shillings, I go to another bar, a high-level bar. Yes. The same with the Sauti Sol and the rest. When they were doing the local music, when they were earning locally, they used to perform locally. They were local musicians. When they started earning higher, they took their game a little bit higher.
So let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you. What do you think that has led Sauti Sol to be able to go up that way and not Octopizzo? They all have talents.
No, it's the background, economical.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
Not about
economic
education.
background matters the education they got.
No. It's economic background.
Now you have counted yourself.
No.
The guy is trying to tell us, because Ruto is telling us that he was a chicken seller, you can also sell chicken and become a billionaire.
So, which type of chicken?
No.
Let me
Anyway, I want to end this conversation here because it's been going on for so long. But before I end, I want to ask you a very, and I want you guys to give me your honest opinion. Like msijizuie mseme kiliko kwa akili yako na kwa roho yako. Nataka kuuliza. Do you think is it fair to have kids that you cannot afford to raise? Sijasema usipate watoto. Lakini kama unaweza kupata mmoja, if you can afford to raise one kid, do you think it's fair to have 3? Upate watatu if only you can afford to have one. Do you think it's fair? Kwa huyo mtoto, no, ngoja wewe. Ngoja nimalize. Let me ask you. Ask him again.
Who is your teacher?
Who was your teacher?
First, before we answer that question.
Who was your teacher?
Before we answer the question.
But you have not finished. You have not let me finish. What I wanted to ask is, do you think it's fair? Ngoja. Do you think it's fair to the child, not to you? Do you think it's fair to the 3 children? Do you think you're giving them a fair life, a fair shot in life? Do you think umewapatia uwezo ya kujiendeleza kwa maisha ukipata watatu, whereas ungepata mmoja ungeweza kumlea vizuri, but umepata watatu? Do you think ni fair kwa huyo mtoto, si kwako? Usijifikirie, unajua utajifikiria, you'll think that me I'll have people to take care of me when I'm old. I'll have kids to take care of me when I'm old. So you're thinking about yourself. Unajifikiria wewe. But our watoto, do you think umewapatia a fair life, fair shot in life? Honestly speaking. Tuanze na wewe. Do you think it's fair to have kids that you cannot afford to raise? Many of them. Do you think it's fair? Yes or no?
Too difficult.
It's a difficult question.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Fair? Yes or no? Ni fair kwa hao watoto, si kwako. To the children, is it fair to the children? Yes or no?
Unajua, unaweza pata mtu mmoja.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Ukitarajia na mwingine umpate kao hujataka.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Hiyo itakuwa.
Yes or no?
Mtu atakuwa tu hapo.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
No.
No. Yes or no?
Not unless you give me parameters of measurement.
Okay. Yes or no?
Because I cannot
yes
say
or no?
yes or
I'm coming
no.
back to you. Yes or no?
There is no parameters of measurement.
Yes or no? No.
How can you measure
Yes or
that I'm
no?
unable to
Yeah,
raise the
me I cannot say anything because you cannot measure.
It's what?
You can't measure.
Yes or no?
Oh, no.
No. Yes or no?
Same thing.
Huh? No. Yes or no?
No.
No. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
About you can afford to raise one kid, but you had 3. So is it fair to the kids, not to you? Is it fair to bring to the kids to this kind of life? Yes or no?
Maybe tomorrow I might have money.
No, it's not maybe. It's a yes or no. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no?
You're my guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Today I'm
Ivan, yes or no? No. Traveling means yes or no?
You want to come back to me.
Okay.
We don't have parameters of measurements to show how poor you are.
No.
That's number 1.
No.
Number 2, nobody knows the fate of tomorrow.
That's why you say yes.
Number 3, Yes. Then I say yes. Because these kids, I'm able to raise them. Who told you I cannot raise them?
No, we're not talking about you being
Not unless the community
we're not talking about you being able to raise them. We're talking about the quality of life.
The
quality of life.
The best quality.
Yeah, the quality of life that you're going to give them. Because there's a difference between bora uhai na uhai bora.
Now,
Kuna tofauti ya bora uhai na uhai bora. Sindio? Bora uhai means as long as I'm alive. Uhai bora means I have a good life. Right?
I don't want to raise another question.
Okay.
But according to the way African has been brought.
You, not African.
No.
I am also African, but I think very differently from you.
I want to give you something.
You.
The way Africa has been
He's also African, but he's thinking very differently from you.
Get to me.
Mr. Bob,
Yes,
why are you dwelling this?
African. He is also African. But it's very different.
Africanosity can never be taken.
Talk about you. Not African.
The mentality
And you
of
as you.
Yes, talk about me, not
you
African.
people. You can agree with me.
He's African, but he thinks very differently from you.
Now, all these people, because they are parents, they can agree with me. When I have one kid, the behavior of one kid, when I bring up one kid, is very different than when I bring 2 or 3 together.
The behavior?
Yes.
In what way?
No, that is
One.
That is a notion.
It's not a notion, it's a fact.
He says it's a notion. How is it different? How is it different?
Huh?
How is it different?
When you bring one, I'm alone, I can do this, my mother cares, but when yours there's another one, they change their mental.
That is what? That is parenting problem. Shikatano. That is a parenting problem. It's not a kid's problem. Because I have friends who have 1 kid and their kids are very well behaved. That's 1 kid. But then I have kids who have friends who have 3 kids, but they're all misbehaved. So it is a parenting problem. It is all a parenting problem.
Specific place. Does she live in a ghetto?
Who, my friend?
Yes.
No.
That's
But I'm saying, tunasema kupata mtoto moja kumisbehave, si fault ya mtoto, ni fault ya mzazi. Vile utafunza mzazi ndio utakuwa. Mtoto umleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. Mtoto umleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. That is a Swahili saying. It says the way you bring your kids the way they are.
Watoto wa Runda ni walevi.
Si ndio?
Nani watoto
No,
And they had everything going back.
watoto wako na kila kitu, wako na hiyo education, wako na hiyo nini.
Si ndio?
Na bado wanakuja
But anyway, guys, it's been awesome having this conversation. This one we can have until kingdom come, and we'll never get to the end of it, because there are people who agree, there are people who disagree, and it's okay. It's not different. It's not my thinking is better. It's not their thinking is better. It's just different, and we agree to have differences respectively. So thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you so much kwa kutuongelesha. Like, you may enjoy. The whole thing was very, very enjoyable. And then I will see you guys in the next one. Ivan, do you have anything to say?
Very interesting.
Go watch his channel for the other part of the conversation, and then I'll talk to you guys later.
Welcome back home again.
Everybody say bye. Say bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Premier Gun. Thank you for always being with me, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Send me a love and light. Have fun. Bye.